Why did I move here? I guess it was the weather. Or the... I don't know, that thing. That magic.
GTA 5, the famous satirical commentary game on the great American culture, the great city of Los Santos and its inhabitants. So, back in 2013, when I was just a wee little middle schooler, a little open world game was released, the latest entry to the Grand Theft Auto franchise. But only 3 years after its release did I get to experience the absolutely wonderful world of GTA 5. By this time, the controversies around GTA are long enough to fill the entire Harry Potter book franchise. For those who have no idea what GTA 5 is, it is essentially a big fuck you to the modern society that we live in. Since its release, GTA 5 quickly soared through the best-selling game charts, achieving the number 2 spot only beaten by Minecraft, and no one can beat Minecraft. But has anyone thought about why it is so interesting? Or better, why is it such a mess? Chapter 1.
I ever tell you about Trevor?
Major drug dealer.
Real hillbilly type shit.
Bring me my coffee, I'm gonna cut your arm off.
So I bought GTA 5 all the way back in 2016, then proceeded to put 200 hours into it. Then around a month ago, I picked it back up and then put an additional 300 hours into it. Clearly, no matter how much I rips into GTA 5 in my past videos, I still love it. But why? So here's the thing. GTA 5, the story mode, is absolutely insane. The story alone can last up to 4 days of playtime from my experience, and all within the time, you're never bored. There's always something to do, and any little encounters move the story forward. Yes, the story might not be as pleasant or long or even interesting as in RPG games, but it's never boring or repetitive. And that's the point. Set in the fictional city of Los Santos, GTA 5 established the open world thingness early by making you drive a quarter of the way across the map trying to follow this dickwad that proceeded to put the cops on you.
Be cool, fool. We got the paperwork.
Whatever, you explain that shit. I'll see you at the dealership.
Explain that shit my ass.
Borrowing features from the RPG genre, GTA 5 forces you, the player, to drive all over the map to get to missions, not counting taxis, and make you do random tasks all along the way. But differently to many RPGs and action-adventure games, which are set in fantasies or science fiction environments, GTA 5 is a mockery of the real world, meaning because of the driving experience is so essential to the game itself, the driving mechanics of GTA 5 is incredibly simple, yet incredibly fun. The driving mechanics of GTA 5 are so well liked that major GTA racing communities created servers dedicated to pure racing. Keep this in mind, I'll come back to this later. Aside from the over-in-your-face comments on the American culture in general, for an action-adventure game, the story is very well crafted. What do I mean by that? GTA 5 is not afraid to touch upon topics not many games are willing to try. I don't mean sex, drugs, and violence. While there are definitely those, people generally overlook the deeper meaning behind GTA 5. Franklin, for instance, is the embodiment of trying to make the best out of his surroundings, given his status and skin colors.
I thought we was trying to get out of this bullshit.
You sounding more and more like a snee-eye itch every day.
While Michael struggled to put his past behind him and be there for his family, trying to live a normal life.
You're plainly addicted to chaos.
Well, I'm not sure that's true, Doc.
And even Trevor's true and legitimate pain of losing his two best friends and the shock that comes from learning one is alive. Or he could just be insane, I'm just saying. Even with the over-the-top storytelling and crime actions, these themes resonate with us, the players. Consciously or unconsciously, it helps the player empathize and like the character the longer we spend with them. But Overshadowed by its controversies and over-the-top dialogues, the media and indeed some players tends to overlook this high-quality storytelling within GTA 5. Chapter 2.
Champagne, anyone?
Oh god. So, here's the thing. Every game developer strives to develop deeper, broader, and more intricate game from the last. Every game release is there to prove something, or make a statement. Well, at least most of them are. And then there's GTA Online, the multiplayer of GTA 5 story mode. It kinda makes a very different statement. Even though it makes hundreds of millions of dollars every year, it is unmistakably an absolute mess. Differently from GTA 5 story modes, where the over-the-top, on-your-nose dialogues and characters are well balanced with storytellings, GTA 5 took it and multiplied it by 1,000. Every encounter and missions are filled with annoying, meaningless, satirical commentary screaming in your ear, and it doesn't even contribute to anything you're doing. And again, deviating from the well-designed missions in story modes, every GTA 5 Online is just a boring, dead driving experience repeating over and over and over again. Instead of having a set spawn point somewhere vaguely near your objective, jobs just start wherever you are in the open world at any time. And then choosing a job from the menu, there's no way to tell where the objective is going to be. This means you will often fire up a job and then discover you have to drive to the opposite side of the city, or way outside of the city to do the missions that take all of 5 minutes to complete. While I like the driving experience, if you have to drive across the map every time you want to do anything, it gets tedious very quickly. And mind you, the game is 8 years old. Granted, there's the original heist where it is quite well designed and well balanced between puzzles, driving, shooting skills, and teamwork. But then everything seems to go downhill from there. Every addition to the game seems to be the same thing, just renamed and rebadged as something else. Speaking of balancing, can anyone tell me what Rockstar is smoking when designing these fucking vehicles? Like, why? Mind you, this is not the end of the things wrong with GTA Online. In fact, this is barely the start of it. Some of which includes modding, constant bugs that Rockstar can't be bothered with, the 3 different menus to navigate, the absolute chaos of phone calls and messages, griefing, the inflation problem, car pricing problem, properties listing and pricing, car class mess up, the lore of the game that Rockstar kinda just gives up on, repackaging ideas from its own communities, and so on and so on. But here's the thing, being an 8 years old game with constant updates, power creeps is inevitable in GTA Online. People wouldn't be interested in vehicles that are easily countered or matched by new players. At the end of the day, GTA 5 is what it always has been, an unfair bloodbath, and given its success, people likes it. Chapter 3.
Just keep him away from me and the children.
Nice new tits, by the way.
What is wrong with you?
Between the absolute delight that is GTA 5 story modes and the nightmarish experience of GTA Online, how is it that it still sits as number 2 of the best-selling games? There has to be something Rockstar has done right to get GTA 5 this far. I mean, what other possibilities are there?
You serious?
Well, you see, GTA 5 itself is a very unique game, and Rockstar has done an incredible job at building the foundation of GTA 5 itself. By that I mean the base game, the mechanics that are built before the game is actually released. This places GTA 5 in a very unique position, more than any other game aside from Minecraft, of course. while the general GTA Online player is either casual or incredibly toxic, the communities that stem from GTA Online are one of the kind. Remember that I mentioned the racing community before? Well, utilizing the base infrastructure of GTA and GTA 5 Online, specifically the driving and track making infrastructure, they have created various servers fully focusing on racing and racing alone.